When Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett questioned Melania Trump's immigration path live on air, she didn't just spark outrage. She cracked open a conversation America has been avoiding for years. It started like any other primetime panel, the kind with flashy graphics, rushed talking points, and four voices talking over each other. Crockett sat second from the left, right next to a conservative strategist with a smirk that didn't quit and a voice that demanded to be heard. The moderator had just lobbed a question about border security and how political families have shaped immigration narratives in the past. And that's when the mood shifted. Jasmine didn't blink. She leaned in, eyes sharp, and said, "If we're going to talk about standards for who belongs in this country, maybe we should start with Melania." 3 full seconds of silence followed. Not a breath, not a sound. Even the host froze. The conservative strategist's grin widened like he'd just been handed the winning card. "Are you seriously suggesting the former First Lady should be deported?" he shot back. Jasmine stayed calm. "I'm saying, if we're going to weaponize the word illegals, then let's talk about everyone's path, her modeling visa, her green card, the fast-track process. It's fair game now, right?" The cameras didn't cut. The segment didn't pause. And just like that, a basic policy debate had turned into a cultural flashpoint. Within 20 minutes, the clip was on Twitter. Someone screen recorded it and captioned it. Jasmine Crockett just said Melania Trump should be deported. The post exploded. By the end of the hour, hashtags were trending. #deport Melania, #Crockett versus Melania, she said it. 2 camps formed instantly. One side cheered her on. She finally said what we've all been thinking. Double standards are real. The other side was livid. This is racism. This is hate speech. You don't come back from this. Jasmine didn't log on to Twitter that night. Her team told her to go dark, but someone had already texted her the headlines. Alone in her Arlington apartment, surrounded by half-finished water bottles and cold takeout, she stared at her phone. The comment had come out fast, maybe sharper than she intended, but she didn't regret it. Because Melania Trump had always been shielded from the same scrutiny everyday immigrants face. Jasmine had seen that reality up close. Families split up for clerical errors, mothers jailed for paperwork issues. But Melania? She married into money and walked into the White House. There was a time Jasmine might have played it safe, but not anymore. She was tired of watching privilege get the velvet rope treatment just because it wore designer heels and spoke with a European accent. Still, she knew the backlash would be brutal. She was right. By 11 p.m., Trump himself had reposted a screenshot of Jasmine mid-sentence captioned, "Disgusting. This is who the Democrats are now." The right-wing media machine snapped into motion. Midnight Fox News ran, "One of the most disrespectful attacks ever launched against a First Lady." By 1 a.m., Marjorie Taylor Greene had weighed in. "Jasmine Crockett must be censured immediately. This is dangerous rhetoric." But what Jasmine said, and what people heard, weren't the same. She hadn't said, "Deport Melania." She'd said, "Maybe we should start with Melania." But the internet doesn't do nuance. By 6 a.m., morning shows flashed headlines like, "Democrat calls to deport First Lady." No quotes, no context, just assertion. Jasmine's team scrambled. Her chief of staff, Leo, called at 7:03 a.m. "We need to talk messaging." She was already awake, staring at a legal pad with 2 columns scribbled on it. One said truth, the other noise. Under truth, she'd written, "I didn't say deport." Hypocrisy is real. I'm not apologizing. But Leo pushed, Jazz, the internet thinks you said something you didn't. If we don't respond, they control the story. Jasmine didn't flinch. And if I do apologize, they'll bury me anyway. He sighed. Then we better figure out how to talk about it. On purpose. By 8 a.m., 3 staffers gathered in her living room. Phones buzzing, drafting statements. Jasmine shook her head. No press release. If I say anything, I say it myself. Live. Her aide looked worried. We can't control the questions. That's the point, she answered. I don't need a safe space. I need the truth to breathe. She agreed to a major morning show the next day. Big network, national reach, unfriendly host, perfect. Because this wasn't just about her anymore. This was about how quickly the truth gets repackaged into outrage and how silence sometimes becomes a second lie. Meanwhile, in Mar-a-Lago, Melania said nothing. She hadn't been on camera in weeks. Her silence, as always, was elegant and impenetrable. But others were speaking. Immigration lawyers pulled up her visa history, the so-called Einstein visa she received in 1996. Rare, exclusive, for extraordinary ability. Many still question how she qualified, but no one questioned her out loud until Jasmine did. Back in D.C., Jasmine's office descended into chaos. Death threats, emails, a sign left at the building. Deport racists. Crockett is the threat. The team was split. Some wanted to push back harder. Others worried it was too dangerous. And then Jasmine walked in. No makeup, navy blazer, calm. I'm not walking anything back. Silence. Then a voice broke through. Jamila, an intern, 22 years old, fresh out of Howard University. My mom cried when she saw that clip, she said softly. She said finally someone said what we've all been thinking. That was all Jasmine needed. This isn't about Melania, she said. It's about who gets judged, who gets forgiven, and who's told to go back. Later that morning, Jasmine went live. No script, no spin. She faced the questions head on. Did I say deport? Number? But I did say we need to stop pretending some people are above scrutiny. And that clip? It went viral, again. This time, people listened. TikToks, civics classes, podcasts, sermons. A girl in Phoenix said in class, why does everyone care more about how she said it than why she said it? A janitor in Jackson, Mississippi, sent the clip to his cousin, deported in 2017. She finally said what we've been screaming. And in Queens, New York, an old voice from Melania's past spoke out. Zoe Ramirez, a stylist who worked with Melania in 1997. Melania didn't cheat the system. The system bent itself around her. That truth, quiet, honest, personal, broke through the noise. By the weekend, Jasmine wasn't the one on defense. She was the one who forced a nation to reflect. And then she crossed paths with Donald Trump, live, on camera. If it isn't the Congresswoman who wants to deport my wife, he sneered. Jasmine stood her ground. Still twisting quotes to stay relevant? He tried to bait her. You've got no respect, no class. She delivered the line that would light the internet on fire. Says the man who paid hush money to a porn star and tried to overturn an election. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't staged. It was raw, honest, necessary. The hallway moment, captured on shaky livestream, became a political flashpoint. But more than that, it became a mirror. And across the country, people weren't just arguing, they were thinking. Was she wrong to say it? Or were we just uncomfortable that she said it so clearly? Because Jasmine Crockett didn't just challenge a first lady. She challenged the rules of who gets judged and who gets excused. And that's a question America can't ignore forever. So, what do you think? Was Jasmine out of line or finally telling a truth no one else had the courage to say? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you believe stories like this matter, the messy, uncomfortable, honest ones, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because here on Secret Files, we don't just tell you what happened, we show you why it mattered. And this one just changed the game.